Hi, and welcome to my channel, Witch Way 101. My name is Jessie, and if you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you for joining me again. I really could not make it as far as I have without all of your guys' support, and honestly, I cannot thank you guys enough. I also don't have the rights to the music in the background. If you've viewed any of my videos before, you probably recognize the beat. It just seems to be my background beat. I love it. Anyway, so moving on. I'm going to be putting a lot of links down below in my description box. There will be my Patreon account, my Twitter, my Tumblr, all of that fun stuff. Any sort of social media I can think of pretty much. But please do check out my Patreon account. That is literally what I've been trying to drive a lot of people to. There's a lot of content on there that I don't share and spread anywhere else. There's a lot of stuff on there that I can do that I can't do elsewhere. So do make sure to check it out. Anyway, so today we're going to go ahead and go over different types of witchcraft and practitioners. There's many more than what I'm actually listing right now. And so I'm literally going to try to go through each and every one as short and as sweet as possible, because I think I've got like a list of 8 or 9 of them right here, and that's not even all of them. So, and there might be a few more that I end up adding in because I wanted to add them all, but after realizing and knowing myself from looking up every single type and studying every kind I can pretty much get my hands on, I know that there's too many different kinds of practitioners to actually list in one video. So if you would like me to go over different kinds aside from the ones that I mentioned in this video, please let me know down in the comments below. So anyways, the first witch that we're going to go over is white witches. Normally 9 times out of 10, they practice a lot of protection magic. They cast a lot of protection spells. They're usually about home. Okay, they're usually about protecting their family and their friends. Some go deeper, some go further. I'm not necessarily a white witch. We'll get into that later when we're in mine. There's also the green witch. Green witches are usually people who are more comfortable doing their craft outside in the forest. These particular practitioners, they seem to have a deeper level of understanding and seem to feel more at home when they practice out in nature, which is great. They do a lot of casting as far as protection of family, health, and home and hearth. Very much like a white witch, but the difference being is that more often than not, green witches, they're going to add or they're going to put more herbs or more stuff that they find in from the plant or from the plants in the forests that they're already in, even beaches as well. So that's definitely something to pay attention to. And then you got the eclectic witch, which is what I am. Basically, we take different forms of paganism and we mush it into what we find comfortable. Like me, for example, I personally like the law of return, so that is in my own eclectic stuff. Okay, my own eclectic witchcraft practicing. Okay, for example, I also like astrology, so I add that to it. That doesn't mean that other people are going to do that who are eclectic. Eclectic witches are very unique because no one craft really describes them. Namely because more often than not, these people have studied different kinds of witchcraft, paganism, and Wicca, and have found that there's a little bit of a lot of things in there that they agree with, but they don't agree with everything. So, hence the term eclectic witch, because there's not one single solitary description that really fits them. Anyway, so moving forward, we've got the rainbow witch. Now, this one is really, really new to me. I actually heard about it over the past couple of weeks. Now, from my understanding, this is a witch dealing with the chakras, and I believe there's 8 chakras, six or 8. I honestly don't know. I haven't studied the chakras myself. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that that's a subject I need to touch up on. But from what I can understand, that's usually what rainbow witches do. If I am wrong or mistaken, please do let me know down in the comments below. I am not trying to go ahead and misinterpret or educate people in the different types of witches and witchcraft that there are and practitioners that there are. Next, we have a kitchen witch. Kitchen witches are usually found in the kitchen, baking and cooking. And a lot of people don't even know that they're witches. It's really funny because 9 times out of 10, what a kitchen witch will do is they'll go ahead and they'll add their herbs and their spices and all of that stuff while they're cooking, and nobody around them is none the wiser. And so all of these yummy foods come out of the kitchen and the oven and all that fun, yummy stuff, and they've all been endued with magic. They've all got some sort of thing going on that makes them magically yummy, you know, and it's not just magically yummy, but it's a kitchen witch's way of protecting her home and her hearth and her family and her friends and her loved ones, you know, or his. It never really gender specific. There's a lot more to it than that. I personally don't always go for kitchen witchery. So if you know more about it and would be willing to let me know down in the comments below. And then we got black and dark magic. I personally do not practice this, so I do not know a lot about it. From what I have gathered about it and what I do know about it, more often than not, people who practice black and or dark magic do not care about the law of return. So they do not care about karma as far as what you send out comes back to you. They do not care whether or not they put a spell or a curse on somebody if they feel that they have been slighted. Now, this is not every single case of black magic or dark magic. This is just from my own personal experiences. I'm probably wrong on some of these regards and some of these accounts. If I am, please do let me know down in the comments below. Again, this is not what I study, so I'm not 100% positive about all of the details, and that's more than fine with me. Next, we've got blood magic, and generally speaking, blood magic is magic where people go ahead and they give a blood sacrifice of their own blood. However, I do know that sacrifices can be made, blood sacrifices can be made from other people. I have no idea if this is done solely as a voluntary thing or if this is done as an involuntary thing. That is not something I practice. It's not something I do. It's not something I use. If you guys know, please do let me know down in the comments below. Again, it's something that I don't practice or use. So I'm not trying to badmouth or anything like that. It's just what I know about it. And then we've got eco magic. So I've talked about this before in previous videos, and I told everybody that I would be going over it. So this is it, our big chance to go over eco magic, and we'll probably touch up on it again. Eco magic is kind of like green magic. It's kind of like a green witch, okay? Only difference is that more often than not, eco witches will go ahead and add political stuff to their magic. So, for example, and I'm not saying that this is the case because I don't personally know her. I don't personally know any of the circumstances behind it. I haven't really studied it because I didn't want a biased opinion about it, to be honest. All I've heard is hearsay, which might not always be the best, but so there was at one point in time a witch who got accused of putting a spell on Trump and whatnot and all of this stuff. She could be considered an eco witch because of the fact that she got into political stuff. However, she could also be into other types of magic. But it's fair to say that she could be an eco witch because of getting into eco political magic. So, you never know. Next, we have the solitary witches. Solitary witches usually do not go ahead and practice in a coven. A coven being 3 or more people usually. A coven can be as small as 2. But 9 times out of 10, a solitary practitioner will not join a coven. They can bounce, for lack of better words, from coven to coven, still being a solitary practitioner, but being an honorary member of these covens for certain amounts of time, or even on a trial basis to see if they even want to be in this coven. More often than not, you will find more solitary practitioners more comfortable in a solitary practicing thing. They don't really like going into covens. Sometimes they are searching for covens for guidance. More often than not, if that is the case, they try to be discreet and they try to go ahead and look for the right coven for them. No one coven is going to be right for a single person, okay? So whether or not it's right for your friend Marsha or Sue or Pete or even Paul, it might not be right for you, okay? So if the coven doesn't fit and you're trying to join as a solitary witch, please, please know that if the shoe fits, by all means wear it. If that shoe doesn't fit, if there's something they're doing that you don't agree with, don't wear that shoe. Don't join that coven, okay? It's all about your comfort, your needs, your desires, your spiritual growth, okay? It's not about anybody else's. It's about yours. And that is the most important thing, okay? Next, we've got hereditary witches. Hereditary witches are usually witches that are born into a witch family, a pagan family. It can be by one or both parents. 9 times out of 10, there happens to be a family coven going on. Whether or not these children decide to join the family coven or are already in the family coven from having been born into the witch's family or the pagan's family, they can choose whether or not they want to continue in the coven or if they want to be a solitary practitioner. This can go either way, okay? I myself am technically considered a hereditary witch because my mother at one point in time practiced witchcraft along with her mother and so on and so forth. So, however, I do not claim to always be a hereditary witch because I'm so eclectic in my ways that I just claim to be an eclectic witch. It just works out a lot better and a lot easier for me. There's also many other different types of witchcraft. There's the sea witch, for example, and 9 times out of 10, these witches will go ahead and practice by the sea or by the ocean. They're also called water witches. A lot of times our craft deals with a lot of water, okay? So, it's always a good thing to practice and learn different types of crafts and different types of witchcraft because you never know what you're comfortable with until you actually study a little bit more. I myself figured out very early on that I did not feel comfortable learning black magic, dark magic, or blood magic. However, that choice again is a personal choice, okay? Be that as it may, it's not my place to judge. I hope that everybody has a beautiful, beautiful magical journey. I hope that I was able to enlighten you on some of the different types of witches and practitioners that there are. If you have any comments, any suggestions, anything that I missed or anything that I literally misquoted, because I literally feel terrible right now because I don't know that much about black magic, dark magic, or blood magic. So I can't say for sure what it's about. You get where I'm coming from? So we're just going to leave it at that. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm sorry it took so long to get this video out. I've been dog sitting for some friends. It's been a little hectic and chaotic. Plus, it doesn't help that for some strange reason, every single time I start getting on trying to get a video filmed, I get really tired. Which is just not productive for getting a video filmed, as we all know. So, I will let you guys go. Check out all those links down in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Share it with your friends. And yeah, blessed be. Have a great day. Bye for now.